Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back, Football Therapy. With me, your host, Jan. Hope you're doing well. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News. Countdown. Big, dramatic countdown to the close of the January transfer window, which will go down in history as possibly the best transfer window. Certainly January transfer window, in history. Depending on your outlook and inclination, if you are of the thought process that Chelsea are being clever, signing good players, and getting them on these long-term deals to amortise the transfer fee and get ahead of the game, so much so that UEFA are inclined to change the rules, you can only look back and go, smart business by Todd Boehly and Badad Eghbali, the Chelsea co-owners. Sounds pretty good to me. Of course, we're not done yet. The confirmation of Malo Gusto has been done by Chelsea Football Club. We'll have a quick look at that. He's been loaned back to Lyon, but Chelsea thought it was more important to lock down this superstar and get him on a long-term deal before the rules may change in the summer. Pretty smart, but Chelsea may not be done yet. And of course, there is a small matter of perhaps making one final approach for Enzo Fernandez. Let me know. Throughout the video, let me know your thoughts on everything I speak about. Because often, at the end of the video, when I round it up, I sometimes forget. So, if you think of something interesting while I say it, do make sure you comment as I go. And thank you for liking the video. It means a lot. I do feel the warm, loving support of you, my viewership, the subscribers. You're welcome to subscribe as well. Why not? Cool, so Chelsea have signed Malo Gusto. He's been pictured with the shirt. He said he joined Chelsea because of the project. Fabrizio Romano, transfer guru, has confirmed that, in fact, another Premier League club wanted him, but he preferenced Chelsea because he could see, remember, the players are going to listen to their representatives, their agents. Players aren't necessarily, I don't say not intelligent, but they're built to play football. It's their agents and representatives' responsibility to assess a project, and they are in an educated position to have an educated opinion, if that makes sense. So their agent, he might go, but Arsenal are top of the league. I'm not saying Arsenal win for him. They'll be like, yeah, but we've looked at Chelsea's investment, their long-term planning, and the team that you will be involved with for the next 8 years, and that project is the best, so we think you should sign for Chelsea. He goes, all right, cool, I'll sign for Chelsea. It does sound exciting. So when he has this interview with Chelsea Football Club, he's like, yeah, to be honest, bro, the project is cool. The project is exciting. Let's quickly see what Chelsea said, and then we're going to talk about more transfer stuff. The exciting 19-year-old right-back has signed a contract at Stamford Bridge to summer 2030 and heads back to France for the remainder of the current campaign to continue with Lyon and Ligue 1 when he's made 15 appearances. So he's an important player in that Lyon team. 2030, so that is 6.5-year deal, and you'd have to, one would assume that could be a +1, so it could be 6, it is 6.5, I'm not losing my mind. It's 6.5, was it? No, 7 years. Whatever. Anyway, there'll be an option to extend. Look, I'm a creative type. I studied music. I'm now talking about football. I don't do maths. Gusto, who has been capped for under 21 level by France, progressed through the youth ranks at Lyon and made his senior debut last season. Look, basically they say he's going back because he's developing really well there, when really the truth probably is Lyon said, you can only sign him if you give him back. And Chelsea, knowing that the UEFA rules may change, probably thought, let's just buy him and give him back. Alright, moving on. Chelsea, I want to talk about Benfica blocking the Enzo move if they want to, but Chelsea could technically still just pay the release clause of £105 million, about £7 million more than Romelu Lukaku, and you'd have to think he'd be more effective than Romelu Lukaku and helpful. First off, I'm going to read an article on Give Me Sport by a chap called Caleb Sage, and then I'm going to jump over to the Metro talking about Enzo Fernandez. So Chelsea are now ready to attack their favourite option. Now, that's what Fabrizio Romano says. Chelsea are exploring many midfield options ahead of next week's transfer deadline, but Fabrizio Romano has informed Give Me Sport. Oh, sorry, that he has. According to the Italian journalist, the Blues are speaking to many clubs and agents and could soon move for their preferred target. Now, is Enzo. I mean, your preferred target, you watching this, is probably Enzo Fernandez and possibly Chelsea. Or is our preferred target Alvarez of Ajax? Is he just... We'll have to find out. Chelsea have hit multiple brick walls in their search for a midfielder this month. As per The Athletic, the West London club did put a £55 million bid in for Brighton star Moises Caicedo. Of course, Arsenal then put a £60 million bid in. And then if you've watched my video yesterday when I reacted to him announcing his transfer, that seemingly won't happen. I laugh just because it's just, I've never seen anything like it. Go watch my previous upload if you're yet to do so. The failure to sign the 21-year-old has seen them turn to Everton's Amadou Onana, but their pursuit of him has also come to nothing, with the Telegraph claiming that the player has knocked back an approach from Todd Bowley. Why would you want to stay in the relegation battle rather than come to Chelsea? That's offensive. That hurt my feelings. You know what? He's actually a great player as well. In that dismal performance, or the dismal performances they've been putting in, he looks like a bit of a shining light in terms of their most recent signing. I mean, I'm not saying I bring him to Chelsea, but had Chelsea have signed him, I would have been like, actually, guys, this guy's a good player. But, you know, he doesn't want to come, so screw him. The above comes with after Chelsea's failed approach with an agreement with Benfica for Enzo Fernandez, who appeared to be the primary midfield target. And unlike Onana, he wanted Chelsea. He may still want Chelsea. I'm going to say it. He still wants Chelsea. Romano has told Give Me Sport that Chelsea have not given up on signing anyone for the midfield. Ooh, discussing their search, the transfer expert said this, quote, Chelsea are exploring many options, so they're speaking to many clubs, many agents, to understand the conditions of many deals. And then I think in the next days, they will attack their favourite option. So this is a general situation at the moment at Chelsea. So does this mean we'll assess and make a new favourite option? or we're going to go back to the aforementioned favourite option? Will Chelsea sign a midfielder before next week's deadline? Well, Graham Potter will be hoping so, as will the Chelsea fan base, especially with N'Golo Kante and Dennis Zakaria both out injured. However, it's far from a guarantee. Fernandez, Caicedo and Onana all seem out of reach right now. So it would not be a shock if Chelsea's midfield did look the same. Fair enough. And also, no Chelsea fans would want them to panic buy just a random midfielder. And, yeah, you know, anyone signed now by the Blues will probably be the club's 4th or 5th choice target, unless the buyout clause is met for Enzo Fernandez. Considering that, it may just be worth waiting to the summer. Another top midfield target is Declan Rice, who is also expected to be available, with The Guardian reported West Ham could be forced to sell him around £80 million. Declan Rice is still young, he's still very good, and he, in a poor season for West Ham, he's still been good. His stats, you know, measure up. Hold on. So, from Chelsea are far behind the top 4, thank you. Out of both domestic cups, great. And season's pretty much over. Right. With that being the case, it may not be necessary to panic buy. Yeah, but why can't we dream about the Champions League? If we slap aside Dortmund and have some... Dare to dream. You know? Right. Declan Rice, by the way, I was reading articles talk about him being, you know, he is a boyhood Chelsea fan. He comes from a family of Chelsea fans. He is an intelligent young man. You hear him speak. He's a really, like, good lad, you know, and he's a really smart lad. He'll look at Chelsea and be like, they're building something there. Obviously, he's really career-driven as well. He wants to win. He's a bit of the anti-Harry Kane in terms of he will get transfers and go for transfers to go win trophies. He'll probably look at Arsenal, who are very interested in him, and say, yeah, they are good right now, I'll slot right in. Whether he'll get Thomas Partey out of the team immediately, or does he replace Xhaka? Because he goes there to play. Like, he does. So it's very, very interesting. Let's jump over to another article. So let's jump over to the Metro. We want to talk a little bit more about Enzo Fernandez, because Benfica obviously are sensing that Chelsea are not going away, because they want to raise his release clause to €150 million, which is £132 million, to block Chelsea. Chelsea failed to agree a deal for the Argentina international earlier this month, but here we go, and this is the latest article, for a renewed push before the January window closes, having maintained close contact with his agent in recent weeks. Ooh, Fernandez, 22, baller. We say on the channel all the time, he performed well prior to the World Cup, won the World Cup, won Best Young Player, and he's continued to, when integrated back into the Benfica side, he's performed very well, despite not playing a couple of games because he wanted a transfer to Chelsea. So yes, Fernandez, who's only 22, has been subject of intense interest from Chelsea. He was prepared to pay over, we don't know about this, his release clause £105 million. Now, I don't think this is true, this next statement, because we've heard people debunking this from The Athletic, David Ornstein and Simon Johnson, but I'll read it anyway from the Metro. An offer of £112 million was tabled, but Chelsea asked to be paid. So Chelsea asked to pay in 3 instalments, with Benfica adamant his clause to be paid in full. So we'd have to pay £105 million up front, or 112 in 3 instalments. Chelsea also tried to tempt Benfica with an offer of £79 million, along with Hakim Ziyech and 2 other players on loan. This is a mental, messy deal. Look, 79 million quid, count that out. Ziyech and a couple others from this group. This messy, right? It's just messy. But with those approaches having been rejected, the Portuguese club are now looking for his release clause, which is £105 million. That's a lot of peas. And they want to raise that to 150 million euros, which is 132 million pounds sterling, to fend off the interest. So this is according to Record, the transfer publication. Chelsea, though, could still be tempted to table a late offer for Fernandez, with the January transfer window set to close in 2 days. Maybe if Enzo says, look, I'm not signing a new deal which sees you raise my release clause, and I would like a transfer in the summer, please. I'll stay to the end of the season. Let's have a good season. We're in the Champions League. We're in the title race. Let's do this together. I'm here for it. But if you love me, let me go afterwards. But you can't sell me for as much money as Chelsea would have paid this January. Clutching at straws? Maybe. The Blues have splashed out cash since Todd Boehly replaced Roman Abramovich in the summer, with their total spend now up best part of £469 million. Remember when everyone said Chelsea were going to be broke? The West London club have already made 6 big signings in January window. Mikhailo Mudryk, Benoit Badiashile, David Detro Fofana, Andre Santos, and Noni Madueke, with deals on loan of João Felix. And of course, we've just since announced Malo Gusto, who arrives in the summer with... Jesus, what's his name? Nkunku. We just too many players. I'm literally forgetting the players we've signed, and I'm obsessed with Chelsea. That's just where we are. However, Benfica head coach Roger Schmidt, who is really not happy about Chelsea, says he is not thinking about it. So what do you think of the Chelsea move? I'm trying not to think about it. Fair enough. Asked if he was confident Fernandez was staying, he says yes, of course he's going to say that. He's not thinking about anything else. I'm not expecting to lose any of our regulars. Look, you say that, mate, but you said we made him crazy. Crazy for loving Chelsea, ladies and gentlemen. That's Enzo. I think we're going to pop off towards the end of the transfer window. We have 2-3 days left, including today. Announced another player. I'm dizzy. How do you feel about it? Let me know, baby girl. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. Hey, all that housework done and dusted. Takes you milliseconds, helps me out. Why wouldn't you want to do that? But I'm very excited and keen to read what happens next. And I will react to everything here on the channel. So I look forward to your return. Turn the bell notifications icon on so you don't miss a beat, mate. See ya.